businesses have projects. Whether you're a single person entrepreneur just looking to redo your website or a massive agency looking to relaunch your services and have a whole full-blown campaign around your latest offer, these things are all going to become projects and you need a way of managing them in your business. Now, the kinds of clients that I work with are much more on the creative side, and I'm guessing if you're clicked on this video, you're also on that side as well. And so when it comes to managing projects in your business, in order to make them as efficient as possible, you need to choose the right kind of tools. So that's what we're going to learn today. I'm going to talk you through a really, really simple project management process that I absolutely love for my clients in my own business and in their businesses, that just makes running the process much more easy and much more manageable for your team. So if that sounds good to you, I'm going to give you a little bit of an intro into myself. My name's Claire Whitaker. I'm the founder of Claire Whitaker AIC, or Artificially Intelligent Consulting, and I have over a decade of experience in running and scaling up programs and products across the globe at top companies including Amazon. Now I work with coaches, consultants, and agency owners to help them implement systems that not only allow them to scale to multiple 6 and 7 figures, but also allow them to create more freedom in their schedule, to be creative, to spend time with their loved ones, and to really enjoy what they've built with their business. So if that sounds good, let's dive into today's topic of project management. So the first thing I want to point out is different types of projects need different kinds of project management. So if you're doing a construction project or some kind of very specific research project, you're going to need a very structured way of walking through that and managing dependencies, particularly for health and safety reasons, and to just make sure that things happen in the right order. However, with a lot of creative agencies, with my coaching and consulting clients, you don't have those kind of restrictions, and it can be a lot more efficient and effective to run a more agile or kanban project management approach. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you a really, really simple kanban approach, which basically is creating different lists to track your backlog of project tasks and then track when they're in progress, when they need to be reviewed, and when they're complete, so that you can move things very quickly without having to rely on so many dependencies, and allows you to create a much more efficient way of working for your team. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to show you this in Trello. However, you could do this in Asana, you could do this in ClickUp, you could do this in all of those different project management tools, just depending on what works for your business and how your team like to work. So without any further ado, let's dive on in. Hey there, so here we are again on Trello. As you know, if you watch my videos, I am the biggest fan of simplicity when it comes to running and scaling your business and making things as easy as possible to implement. So that's why I wanted to share this super, super simple project management tool that's just so effective when it's done right. So here we have a very simple Kanban board that I have created for managing projects. What you can see is you just have a few columns, which are your backlogs. So these are all the tasks that you have to do. Prioritized, these are the ones you're going to do in the next week to 2 weeks. In progress, the ones you've started. Review, the ones that are ready to be reviewed, and you can have an automation to make sure whoever needs to review them gets notified. Complete, and then blocked. So I really love this way of managing projects. So I just wanted to share it with you how you can use it to run big or small projects in your agency. So as we discussed earlier in the video, it really depends on like the kind of project, but if you're doing particularly digital work, then you can run your business very much like this. The most important thing to remember is to really focus on your backlog and what you're prioritizing, so that you don't end up with dependencies that stop people from being able to work on tasks. So if you have a task or if you have a project that needs to be done in your business, make sure you break it down into the smallest possible tasks to minimize the dependencies and make it a lot easier to implement. Once you've then prioritized the ones that you want to focus on for the next 2 weeks, it's time to really start to use this. And you can use this by prioritizing the tasks that are going to have the biggest impact on your business. So if they are using this for client work, it's going to be those ones that move the needle the most. If it's going to be just for your own business, or if you're doing development, it's going to be the ones that have the biggest potential. Once they're in progress, you can track them here, and you can use different tags to really make this more effective and more colorful so that you can get a really good view as you look at it of exactly what's going on. And then I love to use Butler automations to notify people when they need to do different tasks. So some of the things that you can do to make this fancier if you want to and if it's useful is these Butler automations. So it's basically a rules-based system. So things that you can do is create rules where, for example, if a card is added to, the prioritized list by anyone, I have that as a trigger. And then you can create the due date, which is 2 weeks plus. We don't need a time. 2 days from now. And that just is like when things need to be done once they're in the prioritized. And so you can start to save that. Other things that you can do are when a card is added to a review by anyone, then you can add a member, in this case me, because I'm the only one on the board, to that card, and then save. So those are just a couple of little automations that you can do to help you streamline this, but I'm going to keep this video pretty short and really simple. I really love this way of managing projects. The key things to think about are how you can break things down so they're super simple and minimize dependencies, and then how you can use automation to streamline them even further, set due dates, and really keep yourself on track. And that's everything. So I hope you enjoyed this way of managing projects. It may look simple, but sometimes even as we start to grow and scale our bigger businesses, the simplest ways are the best. So I hope you enjoy that, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.